So in yesterday's Angels game, this guy was able to snag a baseball, but he did the right thing and he gave it, well, I guess a lot of people would argue, keep the baseball, but he gave it to a kid, which I tip my cap to. Later on in that same game, the kid's dad caught a home run ball, and then the kid gave the guy back the original baseball. What a cool moment. What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today. Nolan Gorman easily had his best day in the big leagues. The Yankees and the Rays played a pretty tight game. One guy was a one-man wrecking crew. And speaking of one-man wrecking crews, Shohei Ohtani became the first player ever to have something happen to him. Was it good? I guess we'll find out. Remember, guys, save yourself 20 bucks off using code Fuzzy on SeatGeek if you're going to any games or concerts anytime soon. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start talking about the games from yesterday. This was a roller coaster game. Adam Engel and Luis Robert, they got it going for the White Sox, but the Blue Jays, they delivered with 4 unanswered runs between the 7th and the 8th. Why am I out of breath? All right, I think I'm good now. That was weird. But yeah, in the 7th and the 8th innings, the White Sox kind of went off. Gausman struck out 7 in a pretty solid start, but Romano, he ruins the dub. He blows the game in the bottom of the 9th, and Lubob strikes again with 2 more RBIs. But Toronto, they fight back again as well. This one heads to the 12th, and Chicago yet again shows that dog in them. They claw back to walk it off. Josh Harrison knocks in Jose Abreu to seal it, and the White Sox are finally back to a 500 record. I'm hoping that they can get above 500 just because White Sox fans are getting a little bit restless on Twitter. Not that it's annoying, but I kind of feel bad for them because they can't really control it. The team has been not good. We have some more free baseball in this one. The lefty destroyer, Jordan Luplow, was at it again. He might be the best hitter in baseball when not facing a right-handed hitter, but thankfully for Padres fans, Ha-Seong Kim and Eric Hosmer tied up on a few RBI extra base hits. Sean Manaea and Zach Gallen were pretty good, but this one was going to be up to the bullpens. They both held on tight, but Jorge Alfaro secures his second walk-off already of the first half. I'm very happy for him. He was DFA'd, aka released by the Marlins, and now he has a 131 OPS plus with the Marlins. A change of scenery can really do wonders for someone, and the Padres are now 16 games over 500. Another extra inning roller coaster game. This might have been the most insane game of the year in terms of storylines. Bobby Witt Jr. and Silos, they took over the first few frames, and it ended up being 5-0 real quick. Silos ends up with 4 RBIs by the 6th when Shohei Ohtani steps in and he cuts the deficit to just 2 runs. That 3-run nuke hyped up his teammates, and the Halos, they tied up on a Walsh 3-bagger in the 7th inning. That was until Carlos Santana Silos does it again, and Bobby Witt Jr., he had his second home run of the night, so he has 10 home runs, 10 stolen bases, and a 110 OPS plus. But look at Shohei, the man, he did it again, and he admired this one. Very rarely does Shohei actually pimp home runs. This was one of those. The man made history in this one because that was his second home run. He had 7 RBIs up until this point. The only problem is Kansas City won the game. So Shohei Ohtani, he had a sac fly in the very end of this game to give him 8 RBIs. He became the first human ever to have 8 RBIs in the same game in which his team did not have the lead one single time. 8 RBIs, but throughout the game, yeah, it was either a tie or the Royals were winning. First time that's ever happened. More extra innings, hello. Rookie sensation Oscar Gonzalez brings home Steven Kwan, another rookie sensation. Oscar now has 10 doubles in 23 games. Josh Naylor must have felt really good about this swing. That's a 2-run homer to put Cleveland up by, well, it was 3, and then the Twins go off as Luis Arias is proving he really wants to be the starting guy at first base in the All-Star game. He's hitting .362 with 4 home runs and an almost 170 OPS plus. Anyways, the Franimal delivered in his first game back. He was rehabbing and he was going off in AAA, so I thought maybe he's going to be onto something, and he does it. Andres Gimenez wins it in extras. He's hitting .418 with 5 home runs and 31 RBIs with runners in scoring position, which means he has been the most clutch hitter in baseball, and he is not even top 2 in All-Star votes. I get it. Santiago Espinal has been good and Jose Altuve, but vote Andres Gimenez, please, for the love of God. The kid deserves it. Not only has he been the best defender along with Jorge Mateo, the guy's hitting almost .310 with a bunch of RBIs, a bunch of stolen bases. Cleveland is now tied for first place, so it's not like he's on a bad team. I don't mean to jinx it. I'm going to knock on wood, but yeah, I want to talk about my team. Class A has 16 saves, 9 in the month of June. Everything is clicking for the Guardians right now. Colorado had the script flipped on the mid-game yesterday as the Marlins tee off for 5 runs in a single inning. Avi Garcia and Jesus Sanchez kind of led the charge with those bombs, and Jesus grabs the lead in the 5th inning. Colorado doesn't go down easy, though, as they answer in the very next frame with 3 runs of their own to tie it at 8 runs apiece. It wasn't enough because Garrett Cooper, he has been the clutch guy as of late. He delivers yet again. Tanner Scott has been incredibly disgusting. 42 strikeouts in 27 innings. His ERA could use some work, but he just has to keep on throwing strikes as he has been recently. Hopefully he can keep that up. And thank you, baseball gods, for an easy game, because sometimes scripting and getting all these clips together and then editing them on a 12-10 game is just kind of annoying. Nationals scored too early on a cruise double and bad defense by Baltimore. Eric Fetty was essentially untouchable. He allowed 3 base runners over 6 scoreless innings. Lane Thomas has a home run late in this one. He now has 23 doubles and 15 home runs in his first 99 games. As a member of the Washington Nationals, they stole him from the Cardinals, but the Cardinals didn't have room for him, so it was kind of a win-win for both teams. And oh great, I spoke too soon, because here we have a 12-10 ball game, 22 runs total were scored in this one. Austin Wynns, who came into this year as genuinely possibly the worst hitter in all of baseball, he was the hero in this one. He hits a 3-run tater and later answered 2 home runs from Olsen and Ozuna with another RBI extra base hit to tie it at 5 runs apiece. Ronald torches this baseball. He barrels it up for a 2-run dong, and then Mike Yastrzemski and Jock Peterson say, not so fast. Peterson is up to 15 home runs, 37 RBIs, and a 152 OPS plus. The Giants got help from Estrada and Flores, which was nice considering Matt Olson was a one-man wrecking crew as well. 5 RBIs after that second home run. This game was the Giants to lose, and they come away with the W, and they're nearly back to being 10 games over 500. All right, let's talk about a few one-run wins, shall we? Trevor Story is finding his groove again. He's so weird. He struggles, then he erupts. He struggles again, then he goes feasting for a week or two. 48 RBIs, 11 home runs, and a near 2 WAR on Baseball Reference. He still needs to walk more and get on base more, but he's having a very productive season. Christian Vasquez hits a big-time home run to put Boston up by 2, which ended up being crucial because Scope would have tied it as he lifts a home run of his own. Matt Strahm, he's taken out, and John Schreiber collects the save. Boston is on a 3-game winning streak, but still a whopping 12.5 games out. Of who, you might ask? Well, the Yankees, of course, silly. The Yankees were facing off against the Tampa Bay Rays. Well, actually, it was New York versus Isaac Paredes. He socks one, and hard-hitting Harold gets into one as well. Isaac does it again in the 3rd. And then again in the 5th inning. These baseballs have to be juiced. I mean, they went from being dead to everyone and their mothers having 3 home run games. I called this trade bad because Austin Meadows was a legit star hitter for the Tampa Bay Rays, and I knew that Paredes was going to be good, but what do the Rays do best? They turn floundering players into budding stars. 3 home runs in 1 game is more than Austin Meadows has hit the entire year. Austin Meadows has yet to hit a single home run, so good for the Rays. They used their witchcraft and sorcery yet again to turn a average player into a stud. So we saw Shohei be a one-man wrecking crew, Matt Olson, Nolan Gorman. Well, actually, I didn't bring up Nolan Gorman yet, but let's do that right now. There's an RBI single, and let's add a home run to the mix. Can we make it 2 home runs, please? He wasn't done just yet. After Nolan Arenado plates Tommy Edman, Gorman completed his 4 RBI day with the perfect 4-for-4 performance. He has 6 home runs, 17 RBIs, and a near 150 OPS plus in his first 93 at-bats. Yeah, the kid is good, and the Cardinals are now tied yet again in first place with the Brewers. All right, so those were all of the close games in my opinion. Let's get the blowouts out the way. The Pirates and the Rockies stayed hot as O'Neal Cruz drove in another RBI. Rookie Ronsny Contreras threw 5 terrific innings. He struck out a few along the way. He has a 2.89 ERA. Good for him. Vogie had a multi-RBI day, and look at the rookie Bly Madris, another Vegas boy. I had no idea that he went to Foothill, which is 10 minutes away from me. I never got to play against him though because we were in a different area code or division. I don't know how that works though. Pittsburgh's got a little something going. They got Brian Reynolds on arbitration. They have a few rookies, Jackson Winsky, O'Neal Cruz, Bly Madris doing some big things, Rosny Contreras. So I like what's happening, although I still think they're a year or 2 out from being a contender. Will Smith went yard, and Freddie Freeman had Tony Gonsolin's back. That double saves Tony after he gave up a few, and Freddie must have seen Matt Olson going off and said, nah, fam, I got it like that too. Don't you think that you can replace me? He clears the bases with a triple, and Tony Gonsolin is now 9-0. The dude might never lose a game ever again with that super lineup and his crazy underrated skill set. I mean, I think that honestly, you can make an argument that Tony Gonsolin and Kyle Tucker are some of the most underrated players in baseball. We'll talk about Tucker in just a moment. But first, Kyle Gibson and Martin Perez were actually facing off in a solid pitcher's duel through 4 innings, but the Texas Rangers broke out with 2 home runs in the 5th. Nate Lowe gets one, and Jonah Heim stays breaking out. I know Kirk is the guy right now, but 9 home runs and a 121 OPS plus is nothing to scoff at if you're a switch-hitting catcher in Jonah Heim. Martin Perez completes another gem, 6 strikeouts in 6 shutout innings. And yeah, the Seager and Simeon duo, they drive in a few. They're trying to earn those massive paychecks, and Calhoun puts the finishing touches on a blowout down in Arlington. Staying with another Texas team, Altuve and Yordan Alvarez ran into some baseballs, and they both combined for 32 home runs and 73 RBIs, at least on the year, not yesterday. I said that kind of weird. And factor in the most underrated player in baseball, Kyle Tucker isn't even top 5 in All-Star voting. I don't understand that. He has 42 RBIs and a 142 OPS plus with crazy good defense. This team is terrifying. We haven't even talked about their starter, Jose Urquidy. 5 strikeouts over 6, only allowed 1 earned run, and the Astros are 17 games above 500. They are primed for yet another push for a playoff run. And last but not least, the Mariners slugged 4 home runs in this one. First off the bat of Taylor Trammell. They sprinkled in a few more runs with Winker and Ty France, and my gosh, I don't think this baseball has landed yet, ladies and gentlemen. Julio Rodriguez, J-Rod, puts a charge into this one. 445 feet. Let's just round up and say 450. The 2-run missile. Then Winker and Suarez go yard to give Marco a pretty sizable 7-0 lead. He ends up going 7 innings, and he's been much better as of late. And even J-Up, Justin Upton, is contributing for the Mariners as well. They've been, playing not the best. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games, but they have the pieces, just like the Angels. They have been terrible to begin the season, but we saw what the Braves did. They went into August, I think, last year under 500, so there's plenty of time left. Be patient. All right, everyone, well, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If you learned something new or you just enjoy baseball, leave a like and subscribe. We do this every single day, and enjoy the web gems.
Twice. Fair ball up the line. It's in the corner for Luplow. Alfaro headed for second. He's going to go to third. And he is out of there. To Bradley, and he hits that one sharply. Oh. Beautiful stop by Guillorme. The turn by Lindor for the double play. Guillorme keeps outdoing himself. Los Manos in action. What a pick. Charlie was beloved in the Rays organization. As this goes towards second base, Harrison slides over, and Josh Diggs.
Long run, he's the only guy could have gotten to it. That's a fair ball.
And that one's hit pretty well with Brandon Marsh. Does he have enough room to get there? He does! Another spectacular catch from Brandon Marsh.
That's the wall, bringing back baseball. Trout's going, yeah, that's incredible. To get there, to cover that much ground.
Oh, what a play by McMahon. Throw across, out at first base. Those same stars. This is a rope down the line, and Mac dives, backhand, little stumble.
Line drive. Oh, play by Story to snatch that baby.
Gonna be a tough play. Gallo makes it. Put a star next to that one as Gallo takes an extra base hit away from Walls.
Slowly hit. Bregman's going to try and barehand. His throw is in time. Fine play by Alex Bregman. Another good.
Fastball grounded up the middle. Great stop, Espinal. And the throw to first is in time.